So hey guys, welcome now to another video of Prepare 3D, and more specifically a full flight video. My name is Virtual First Officer Paramano Park. I'm going to be taking this wonderful and beautiful Boeing 777-300ER, which she will take us very safe and very swiftly all the way up to Tokyo's Narita today at 35,000 feet, on board this Cathay Pacific Service Flight 526 from Hong Kong, New Hong Kong Airport, all the way up to the Narita International Airport. For those of you who have not been introduced to the 777 yet in my channel, obviously because I've never done a video about the 777 in the channel yet, it's basically, if I could compare this aircraft to the level of importance that it has to my fleet, and to kind of as a practicing pilot slash just where I rank it overall in terms of how much I like it, it's the number 2, and it's so it's nearly at the same level as the Coin of the Skies, the 747, but it doesn't quite get there, but it's so close. It's the 777 it's indescribable really, because it's just, you can't just say it's just an incredible machine. You just have to say that it's just amazing. That the 777 is incredible. It's incredible. I mean, the the G90-115B, which is the ones that we have right now, I mean, they're crazy powerful. I mean, 115,000 pounds of thrust per engine. I mean, that's a lot of thrust. That's a lot of thrust, and we're being very honest. So it's really nice. Also, I love the shape of the 777. I just love everything about the 777 really. I mean, the avionics are great. Just the cockpit in general is just so practical. It's just so amazing. It's so well made, so robust. It's just everything a pilot would ever need in the cockpit, and it doesn't go. It's not like the some of the more like the private jets really, with the more like to the extreme, like in terms of the avionics, where they're so advanced that it is so cool, but like it doesn't feel like a normal plane, a traditional plane like the 777 or the 747. It's a good gap. The 777's a good gap between the 777, I mean the 747-400 and the 747-8, and it's just, I think it's in the middle when it comes to what it has to offer. So it's really, really good. It's just a magnificent airplane, so successful in the real world. Nearly every single big airline, or even, it doesn't have to be a big airline, just a small airline, operates the 777-300ER because it's just so good at what it does, which is being economical, offering a lot of flexibility for airlines to be able to configure their cabins to do more, to have more innovation, like adding new first classes, new business class products, new economy class products, but also keeping efficiency and also keeping good range and just a great performance overall. So this aircraft, if I was the airline CEO, I would love to have this aircraft. It would be an incredible aircraft to ride my fleet, and ultimately, in my opinion, aside from the 747, as a number 2, this aircraft is as good as it can get for twin-engine aircraft, from a pilot's perspective. It's just so great to fly as well. So today we are taking Bravo Kilo Quebec Kilo. This is a Cathay Pacific 777, and there's kind of 5 airlines. Well, I'd say 5 airlines, but it's basically British Airways, Cathay Pacific, Korean Air, UPS, and United Airlines are essentially my 5 essential companies which I fly, not just to fly as a hobby and because they're my favourite companies, but more also for practicing. So it's not just taking the aircraft and flying it kind of blindly. It's more also following, because I've done more research with these companies, flying with their SOPs. Not so much with UPS, because you can't really do it with UPS. It's kind of more complicated with UPS because they legitimately release zero stuff to the public. I think if you want to know something about UPS, you're gonna have to talk to a real UPS pilot, or maybe someone, a dispatcher or something. But in regards to Cathay Pacific, Korean Air, I got really lucky with Korean Air. I found a video which showed a lot of the SOPs for Korean Air. But regards to Cathay Pacific, British Airways, United Airlines, and Korean Air, I mean, they're not too difficult to find, the SOPs of these airlines. It's not impossible. It's doable if you look for them, and you will find them if you want like the 747-8 cockpit landing. And you can really, if you take a look and you take a good look into the 747-8, you can it's one of the videos I'm thinking of, the landing into Anchorage. You can really get an idea of how Cathay Pacific operate the aircraft, especially because it's very similar to the operation to the 747-400 and the 747-8. So you can really get a grasp for it. You can transfer it really well to the 777 because the 777 and the 747 are so similar in a different kind of respect, that you can really integrate a lot of the SOPs with the 747 and with the 777. So we're going to fly the 777 more in line with how Cathay Pacific flies the 777 in real life. It's going to be a really good video. It's going to be a really good flight, I think. Up to Narita, I'm really going to enjoy it. It's Cathay Pacific Service Flight 526 from a real world gate. And in terms of the scenery, today we are flying from the new taxi gate Hong Kong. I mean, there's not really much to say. There's nothing mind-blowing about the scenery. It's just, I mean, the tower looks exactly the same. They added dynamic lighting. The new concourses are great. You know, I'm so glad that they added the new concourse, but nothing's really changed from the. I mean, this airport's not old. I mean, it's from 1998, so like, I suppose that nothing really that big can change, but it's not mind-blowing. It's just worth upgrading if you've already owned the version, I think, because, you know, for me it was only £13 to upgrade from version 1 to version 2. But if you are getting a new version of Hong Kong, I strongly suggest that you don't buy the this Hong Kong version, and you wait for the I think it's WFS sceneries Hong Kong, which will have stuff like it will just be great. It's just much better quality. It will have new technology which will just make the scenery look better. But for £13, you know, I'm not spending. I mean, because I use Pai Tak and Hong Kong at the same time by Taxi Gate, so I'm essentially not gonna spend 80 quid or 90 quid on Hong Kong. I think £60 is more than enough for Hong Kong, but for £13, more than worth it. You can notice the difference, and the performance is great. I mean, I think I was getting a solid 40 to 45 FPS on the flight deck when I first loaded in. So, you know, we're at night time. Maybe the performance might take a bigger hit, but so far so good. 777's always been good on FPS anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And without further ado, guys, I've already done some stuff in the flight deck from the cold and dust stage, and I haven't really aligned the IRSs or I haven't really put anything like the inertial position, or I haven't checked the oxygen or done any of the you know, important, like maybe I haven't done the fire test, and I haven't done any of the routing. So you guys will see the Zo controllers today. So it's just a full time lapse all the way up to the push and start out of stand November 64. I need to check the charts to see whether we're pushing back. It's kind of weird how they do it in Hong Kong, because there's either pushback red or blue, which just means left or right, but I don't know why they just do it that way, but I guess it's just one thing that makes this airport more special, I guess. And the catering service is done, so we can close down the doors, make sure the catering, great catering today to Narita, and we have the configuration today. We're running with 275, so that's the 77 hotel configuration seat guru, which is the configuration of first class, business class, premium economy and economy. So we're running a more premium aircraft today with less passengers, but nonetheless quite a few passengers, 271, so it's about sort of 95 to 98% load factor regarding passengers. So really filled up today, and I will put the actual percentage with all the cargo and everything together in the video description once I finish editing the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm sorry for talking so long. It's just kind of an introductory to 777, sort of how we operate Cathay Pacific in this YouTube channel, and how the flight is going to go. So we will now go through the departure briefing just prior to the pushback, and once we finish the pushback, we'll go through a second time lapse for the taxiing procedures and for the taxiing out of Hong Kong. Then we will take off of runway 07 right with over 07 left active right now, but so it's much closer. There's a lot of traffic, so I wouldn't, you know, you know, there's no reason really to take off our runway 07 left, just a waste of time. So runway 07 right, and we'll be flying today on the first after the seat. So on behalf of all the cabin crew, on behalf of all the Cathay Pacific, 777-300ER and One More Alliance, but most especially on behalf of all the cabin crew and 777-300ER, thanks so much for choosing today to fly with us. Make yourselves comfortable. If there's anything you need, do not hesitate to ask any of your wonderful cabin crew members. And without further ado, guys, enjoy the rest of your flight, make yourselves at home and welcome on board. We'll keep you updated throughout the flight deck regularly. Thanks so much and enjoy the rest of the video, guys. We'll speak to you soon. So what we're going to do today is just a departure briefing now. So we push back out of stand November 64 red, so push back red, which will make us face in a northwesterly direction on Bravo 7. Then we'll be beginning the taxi off to runway 25 right via Bravo 7. Then we'll be taking the first right to Bravo, and then Alpha 12 we've taken off runway 25 right. Initially we'll be climbing on the Ocean 5 Delta departure and heading 245 to Rumsey, 5,000 feet, and then we'll be maintaining 230 knots and then we'll be taking a left turn to Rumsey, speed 230, left heading 156 to Tuna, and left heading 0.1 to Trout, flight level 140, and then Ocean. We definitely have to be at 250 knots below 100, and initial climb is 5,000 feet. In case of an emergency, we will climb on heading 245, and we can proceed direct to the Macau airport, or we could return back to Hong Kong. We've also got Shenzhen as an option, or in the simulator's case we've got Kai Tak as an option as well, since it's still operative in the simulator, so we'll just have to choose wisely and assess the current conditions of the aircraft. However, due to the weight, we can land straight away with no need to do any fuel jettisoning. The current weather conditions in Hong Kong are currently winds 200 degrees 5 knots, so it's practically very calm today. 10 kilometers of visibility or more. Clouds free at 1,500, scattered at 3,500, temperature 27, 2.25, KNH 1008 hectopascals, no significant change. And if we just check some of the node terms, okay, great, just nothing really that will affect any of our aircraft operation, and we'll do a passenger briefing now. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening, good morning, hoping everyone's having the most of the day by the best. First Officer Paramodo Park, joined today by the wonderful Captain and the wonderful cabin crew team of 22, which will all collectively take you very safe and very safely on board this Cathay Pacific Service Flight 526 from the wonderful Hong Kong International Airport all the way up to the Tokyo Narita International Airport. Once again today I'll be flying the aircraft today, and I'd like to wish you a very warm welcome on board this 777-300ER, which will take you very safe and very swiftly on a northeasterly direction all the way up to over to Narita International Airport today at 37,000 feet at service flight, which will take 3 hours and 33 minutes all the way up to Narita. We're flying today in a northeasterly direction. Initially we'll be heading east and then northeast over the western side of Kaohsiung and over Taipei, over Taiwan basically, just to the very western side of Okinawa, and eventually we'll be arriving just over the southern side of Japan, basically flying along the coast on the eastern side, just to the very southern side of Miyazaki, and eventually we'll be arriving into Tokyo today through the southeast. It should be a really nice and smooth flight onwards, and it's quite a short hop of 3 hours and 33 minutes, and I hope you enjoy your flight on this 777-300ER. Over in Narita, current weather conditions are winds 020 degrees 7 knots, just some light rain and low visibility. However, hopefully we hope that as the morning kind of subsides and it turns more towards the late morning, we do hope that the weather conditions improve. However, so far we're expecting some light rain and 40 degrees Celsius over at Narita, but we are very optimistic that the weather can improve as we head en route to Narita. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on board, ladies and gentlemen, and I'd like to thank you very much on behalf of the One World Alliance, the 777-300ER, all the flight crew in Cathay Pacific, but most especially on behalf of the cabin crew and the 777-300ER for Gene Safe Fly on this Cathay Pacific Service Flight 526. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on board. If there's anything you need, I'm sure your cabin crew will do all they can to make sure we can accomplish your needs. And if there's anything you need from us in the flight deck, do not hesitate to ask any of your wonderful cabin crew members, and we'll try, and they can pass on to us. We can try and make it happen in the flight deck if we can. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on board, and without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, relax, make yourselves comfortable on this 777-300ER, enjoy the wonderful movie selection that we have on Cathay Pacific, or the catering, or the wonderful service that we provide in Cathay Pacific, or if you're going to get some work done on this flight, I hope you get lots of productive work done. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and without further ado, enjoy the rest of your flight and welcome on board. We'll keep you regularly updated for the flight deck when anything interesting pops up. Thank you. Perfect. So to the before start checkers, flight deck door closed locked, MCP VT167 heading 2455,000 feet. Takeoff speeds V1158 VR164 VT167, V1158 VR164 VT167. Speed proofing completed. Trim 5 units and 00. Taxi and takeoff proofing has been completed and the before start check is complete. Amazing. Let's disconnect the jetway now. Should connect it. Undock please. And prepare for push to start. And we're looking for nose right, tail left.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Perfect.
Locking gear.
Hong Kong traffic, a very good morning. Hello again, this is Cathay 526 on Sun November 64 777-300ER. We're pushing back red, expecting taxi runway 25 right for this morning. For Hong Kong traffic, Cathay 526. Thank you very much.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes.
Parking released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Start engine number 2. And I'll let you guys hear the wonderful engines. Start engine number 2. Sound amazing. Okay, we shouldn't be doing this. We should be in the flight deck, checking that they are started properly. Okay, got a good engine start. 2. We'll roll engine number 1. And start engine number 1. Okay, we'll wait for the engines to spool up. Perfect. Basically we've injected fuel. Amazing. Brilliant. Got a good end start both sides. Switch off the AB. Okay, so we got the engines. So clutch life.
Set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Thank you very much. We are now fully ready to take off. Cabin crew is ready. Thank you so much. Full takeoff checks.
Hong Kong traffic is down to 2312, 777 is final, 25 left Hong Kong.
And cabin crew, take off 1 minute, thank you. And Air Canada, this is Cathay 526. You mind if I depart with of runway 25 right as a parallel?
Yeah.
Cheers. In that case, Hong Kong traffic, Cathay 526 will be taking off now over the ocean to departure, to Delta departure. Addition heading 245 to believe it Prawn, and then we'll be following the standard instrument departure as published and cancelling some of the altitude restrictions. Thanks so much everybody, safe pleasant journey onwards, have a lovely landing Air Canada, and hopefully we'll see anybody soon again. Cheerio. Left side's clear, left hand side is clear. Amazing. Right, we're ready to go. Takeoff. Part set for takeoff. Let's be live. Crush jumped. 80 knots. Checked. We're on the roll. Amazing. Let's go. V1. Rotate. What's it ready to climb? You're up. LNAV. Amazing. Okay, we should accelerate about now. Go. Amazing. The aircraft climbing. You know, this is what I mean. The 777 is just so nice to fly. It reminds me so much of the 747, but it's just so much bigger. It's great. Honestly, it's amazing. And I love Boeing for making it. Count 2140.
まだこの世界は僕を飼いならしてたいみたいだ。望み通りだろう、美しくもがくよ互いの砂時計、眺めながらキスをしようよ。さよならから一番遠い場所で待ち合わせよう。ついに時は来た。昨日までは序章の序章で飛ばし読みでいいから、こっからが僕だよ。経験と知識とカビの生えかかった勇気を持って、未だかつてないスピードで君の元へダイブを。まどろみの中で生ぬるい甲羅に、ここでないどっかを夢見たよ。教室の窓の外に電車に揺られ運ばれる朝に、運命だとか未来とかって言葉がどれだけ手を伸ばそうと届かない場所で僕ら恋をする。時計の針も二人を横目に見ながら進む。こんな世界を二人で一生、いや何生でも生き抜いてゆこう。初めましてなんてさ、遥か彼方へと言い合って千年周期を一日で生きしよう。
So hey guys, welcome back to the flight deck on this Cathay Pacific Service Flight 526 from Hong Kong all the way up to the wonderful Narita International Airport. So we've finally reached a stage when we are ready to do a approach briefing into Narita. Now the current weather conditions have not really changed since we departed out of Hong Kong, although as we wanted it to, and as we sort of kind of not really predicted, but we kind of knew that would happen, because that's kind of sort of how the morning tends to go. The weather did improve quite a bit. So over at Narita we're expecting wind 010 degrees, 7 knots, 8,000 meters of visibility or more, cloud to fuel at 500, fuel at 900, temperature 16, dew point 15, and a QNH of 1013 hectopascals. So you know, the visibility is a bit you know, it's not the best, it's not the worst we've seen. Unfortunately, that will mean that the approach into Narita, which I actually think is quite nice, you know, maybe some people might think it's a bit flat, but I actually quite enjoy it. It might be maybe not the most scenic approach today, but certainly an interesting one. So today we are descending by the RUTAS Echo arrival. Initially we'll be heading over RUTAS heading 071 to Jitan at Quos, left heading 0212 to Sigma 8000 feet, left heading 348 Torch, left heading 280 to Corgi, and then left heading 223 to Elgar. And after Elgar, what we'll be doing is we're basically doing the Isla Zulu runway 34 right. So initially we'll be about Elgar, heading 238 to Fiona, and then after Fiona we'll be making a right turn heading 307 to Timis. And then right turning 337 to insert the 3-degree approach going into runway 34 right with the barrow today, which will be set to 3901 barometric. So what we'll do is we'll just put it now. It just makes it much easier, so that we're not disorganized or anything. QNH 1013 hectopascals and 3901. Okay, so in case of misapproach, what we'll do is we'll climb on heading 0906 outbound to Abbott, and then Abbott will be basically we'll be climbing up to 7,000 feet. No, sorry, 6,000 feet, and we'll be holding. But in our case, probably not a lot of traffic in Narita, so we're just not going to hold. We're just going to literally proceed direct to Elgar, and Elgar will re-intercept the ILS Zulu runway 34 right. Regarding the taxiing, so today we're actually taxiing to stand 74, so it's actually a bit of a lengthy taxi. So what we'll do is it's only a 2,500 meter runway, and there seems to be some construction towards the end. So what we're going to do is oh no, sorry, non-visibility area. I just thought I read the note tabs. It was a while ago where there was some construction happening at towards the end of runway 34 right. So what we'll do is we'll try and vacate Bravo 4. You know, it's the 777. We don't really need any more auto brake than 2. We're not really in a rush to vacate the runway, so I think auto brake 2 will do fine. Bravo 4, Bravo 3, Bravo 2 will do just fine. We'll backtrack via Bravo in a northeasterly direction, and we'll be taxiing to stand 74, joining Papa 2, so joining Charlie, Papa 2, all the way to stand 74. Okay, we already read the weather conditions. Okay, you know, they're not bad, they're not horrible. And if we just check the current NOTAMs, it's not too many for Narita at this current moment, so nothing that will affect our operation regarding the landing today. And I think we are ready to do a passenger briefing. So, you know, I am not the best person at doing passenger briefings, but I try my best, and I really enjoy doing passenger briefings, as it's one way to immerse yourself more in the cockpit of the 777. So without further ado, we'll see if we can get a good descent, and we can proceed direct to any of the waypoints. And what we'll do is we'll put Romeo Juliet Alpha Alpha. You see, this is the thing that I get, you know, maybe people maybe taking for mistake, and is when you do the landing, you can follow whatever procedure you want. You can do any briefing you want, and you can do anything you want that's played by the book. But once you actually do the descent and you're in the descent, you are flying the aircraft. You are responsible for your aircraft, and you're responsible to create a good environment to execute a good landing. And if you don't do that, you will not succeed in making a good landing. And that is, preparation is key, but the way you execute what you prepare is what's most important. Okay, so that's just a tip from me to you guys if any of you guys want to use it. So we'll do an passenger briefing now, so let's begin it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your first officer speaking. A very good afternoon. Sorry, a very good morning. Hoping everyone's having the most of a day and a lovely flight so far. On board this Cathay Pacific Service Flight 526 from the wonderful Hong Kong International Airport all the way up to Narita. Very happy to report that we're just well into our descent, passing 22,300 feet, and we should be arriving in Narita in possibly in about 15 minutes. If we're quick, and we should be, because we have no intent to slow down the aircraft anytime soon. So the current local time in Narita is 9 to 10 or 9:51 in the morning, with the current weather conditions, as we hoped for in Hong Kong, improving with 16 degrees Celsius, a bit more visibility. However, the clouds is still very cloudy and foggy down below, just because the cloud today is very low in the surface, and it just creates for some low visibility. However, it should be just fine. The current traffic situation regarding Narita is basically that we'll be expecting no delay. It's pretty calm today, Narita, and there shouldn't be any issues whatsoever on our way down to the descent. You know, ladies and gentlemen, Tokyo is a wonderful city. It's truly a city that's unique to itself, much like basically every city in Asia. And obviously Tokyo's your final stop for tourism reasons, or for visiting reasons. Have the most wonderful and pleasant stay in Tokyo. It's a beautiful city with full of wonderful culture and most especially technology. And if this is not your final stop and you are travelling somewhere onwards, whether it's by aviation or any other means of transport, a safe, wonderful and pleasant journey onwards. On behalf of all the One World Alliance, all of Cathay Pacific, but most especially on behalf of all the cabin crew in the 777-300ER, we hope you enjoyed your flight on board this Cathay Pacific Service Flight 526. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on board, and we've had a really good time here in the flight deck, making sure that we operated this aircraft as safely and as smoothly as possible so that we can deliver the most comfortable passenger experience today. So I really hope that you enjoyed your flight on the 777-300ER. It's all thanks to this 777 and the wonderful cabin crew, and I really hope that you have a wonderful rest of the week, and hopefully we will see you soon on your next Cathay. Genuinely, because I actually like how I'm flying the aircraft, and there's nothing better to do. Wasting an approach. Not flying it manually would be wasting an approach, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Besides, the visibility, like I said, it's not terrible, so I'm going to be really honest, there's no reason why you shouldn't be flying it manually. Just get a little bit below the glide, always feel more comfortable. It's just a little bit below the diamond, not too much. Okay. It's just a matter of following visual reference and the instruments, so, especially the instruments. Narita traffic, Ohio gozaimasu, hoping everyone's having the best day. This is Cathay 526, we're just passing 3000 on the localizer and the glide for runway 34 right for Narita traffic, Cathay 526. Arigato. If you were doing an ROP approach, you could actually see the diamond just kind of dropping there on the navigation display, so it's kind of cool. But obviously we're doing an ILS approach. I think I see the PAPI lights for runway 34 left. You see we still don't have a visual runway 34 right, so we're going to continue the approach. In case we need to go missed approach, we already have it set. And we see the lights for runway 34 right, so it's absolutely perfect. Guys, can I just point out that the 777 right now is fine. It's just flying magnificently, really. You know, maybe the weather conditions just really helping it, but it's great. It's absolutely perfect. I love this. I really love the 777. I really do. It's beautiful. It just flies so nice. You know, you really feel like you're flying this big, heavy airplane. This is not very sensible of me to do, so I'm not going to do it. You know, changing views while you're landing. So we're going to really concentrate now. You can see ORBX trees do their job right down there. Amazing. So we're just literally going to cope with the turbulence. By the way, if you want to know what's actually generating the more realistic flying, it's a combination between ActiveSky and REALTURB. Seriously, the REALTURB products are absolutely worth it. If you're looking to buy them because they really do add to the experience of flying, and I think it makes it so much more realistic. If there is a crosswind, it feels like a crosswind. Okay, and my apologies, that's just a GSX level 2 jetways loading in. This happens every time I'm flying to an airport with GSX level 2 configurations. Worth it though. But can get quite annoying, but you get used to it, so it's fine.
1,000.
Just a little micro stutter. Checked. Stay below the glide. Trim the aircraft to help you. Don't want to be too much below the glide slope. Okay, perfect. Narita traffic, Cathay 536 on final now, runway 34 right. For Narita traffic, Cathay 536. Arigato. Okay, great. Yeah, the lights are glitching. Fortunately, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to put an epileptic warning for flashing images. I think I will anyway. Okay, 500 checked. Amazing. I will just give it a little bit more thrust. You know, push it through the winds. I see the touchdown zone, I see the end of the runway, it's absolutely perfect. Plus 100.
300. Minimums.
Continue. We are happy to continue with the approach. Remember, it's not a massive runway, it's not long, so we don't really want to float it too much.
100.
Let the trim help you a little bit.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Absolutely perfect. Speed brake up. And the reverses are normal. Find that centre line. Sorry, I just hit my mic. That would be a manual braking. Just tap the brakes slightly. Take the high speed exit here. Just stir the reverses. Perfect. Welcome to Narita.
太陽の死角に立ち僕らこの星を出よう彼が目を覚ました時連れ戻せない場所へ性能で大地を蹴ってここではない星へ行こうもう少しで運命の向こうもう少しで運命の行こうもう少しで運命の向こうもう少しで夢に僕ら手を張って来たるべき日のために夜を越えいざ期待だけ満タンであとはどうにかなるさと肩を組んだ怖くないわけないでも止まんない PMDG 行こう
もう少しで運命の向こうもう少しで運命の
行こ
もう少しで運命の向こうもう少しで
夢に僕らで頬張って来たるべき日のために夜を越えいざ期待だけ満タンであとはどうにかなるさと肩を組んだ怖くない
So,
わけない
welcome down to Narita. It was a lovely flight. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was amazing. There's not much to say about the 777 other than it's a magnificent aircraft. Really, if you don't have it in your fleet, you're missing out on an aircraft that's just astonishing to fly and astonishing to take around the world. So in general it was a lovely flight. I don't know what to trust because Narita, well, Project Fly said -67 and SimToolKit said -101, so I don't know which landing rate is correct, which landing rate to trust, but what I can say is that it was a brilliant flights. Since I started using SimTalker Pro, it's been great so far. So we arrived around 10 minutes early into Narita, stand 74 just as we planned. It was a great approach. We landed on a touchdown zone on a 2,500 meter runway, so we didn't have a lot to work with, but it went by brilliantly. We managed to make sure the passengers get to Narita safely and make sure that they get to their holidays maybe in Japan or in on their destination. So without further ado guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on board. 17 degrees Celsius, nonetheless quite good weather I would say for the morning. Hopefully it will improve when we do the return from from Narita to Hong Kong. Not sure if I'm going to be recording it, but we will do the return at some point. And thanks so much for joining me today on this Cathay Pacific Sailor Flight 526. It's been an absolute pleasure. If there's any flight suggestions, do not hesitate to add them in the comment section below. I'll make a list of, when I do a new video coming up, which will be talking about me as a virtual pilot. I will put a list of all the airport sceneries I have for P3D and all the aircraft. So have a lovely rest of the week if I don't do a video in the coming days, but you'll definitely see this video at some point during this week. So have a lovely week or weekend. It's been a pleasure to be here, and on behalf of Cathay Pacific, the Wellmore Alliance, on my special behalf of the cabin crew and the 777-300ER, thanks so much for choosing to fly with us, and hopefully we will see you soon on your next Cathay Pacific trip or on the next flight that we do on the channel. See you in the skies, and this is your virtual first officer speaking, signing off. Thanks so much and have a lovely day. See you later.